The North Charleston Police Department says a Latson man now faces drug charges after being arrested over the weekend. 32-year-old Michael Fraley charged with possession of fentanyl. Officers reported to an Exxon gas station on Ashley Phosphate Road yesterday morning about 7:30 after hearing reports of people trespassing on that property. One of the officers noticed Foley had a backpack with a used needle visible inside, or Fraley, I should say. A search located a pouch that contained a powder that was confirmed to be fentanyl. He was taken into custody and is being held at the Charleston County Jail.